Hello Pickles and welcome back to another how-to, and today's how-to we're looking at an advanced villager trading hall. So this is it here, but before we get onto that I've got to do my new section on these videos, and that's my comment of the last episode, and that comes from Archie, as you can see appear on the screen there, and he said, "Yo, thanks for the villager breeding farm and trading hall. I searched for this long time and it's working." So thank you very much, Archie. You got yourself a mention in this video. Also, I'd just like to say Archie is our first member of the Discord, which is another reason why I chose him. Yes, so I have a Discord now to help you guys out with any issues you have with these tutorials. So Archie had a problem later on. He said it was working here, but he did have a problem where his villagers had stopped breeding. And we sorted that problem out for him because he joined the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord for any issues that you have with any of the tutorials that I do, then just click the link below in the description and just, you join. The Discord's not just for issues though. You can come and stay and chat with other members of the Discord and also share your builds. So I hope to see you there, and let's build the community. So on with today's episode, and it's the Advanced Villager Trading Hall with 40 trading cells and zombie discounts. I'll just take you on a little tour. So we're going through here first, the zombie discounts. The tutorial will be done in 3 parts, which is the zombie discount laboratory of doom, which is where we are, the breeder, which is up there, and the trading hall. So to start with, we're in here in the laboratory of doom, and your baby villagers will come through this water stream here and end up down here and be held just at the end here until they become adults, at which point they'll flow around and pop up and be held here. They'll only ever hold, I think, up to 25 villagers, which is the max entity cramming, so it won't lag out your world. So what you then do is you then push this button, which will bring a minecart over. We'll come to our chest here, grab out one of the workstations, place it down, and he'll take on the profession. What we can then do is trade with the villager to lock in the trades that we'd like. So we'll grab our emeralds here, come in here, and we'll just buy some bread just to lock him in, just to show that that's what we do. There we go. And then we can put our emeralds back in and our bread, and then we can put the trading station back in as well. So this chest has enough space to hold all the items and materials, and if it gets full up then we can then empty it later on. So once we've got our villager locked in with the trades that we like, we then push him through and we hold him here. At which point we then bring the zombie over, our little man here. He'll come over and he will turn our villager into a zombie. But remember, you have to have your game setting on hard for 100% zombification. Otherwise, every now and then he will kill the villager rather than turn him into a zombie. Once he's turned into a zombie, push the button to send our zombifier back to his holding position. We can then come to this chest here, grab ourselves a golden apple and a potion of weakness, or a splash potion of weakness should I say, throw it at our zombie villager and then feed him the apple. He will then turn back into a villager with the discount, and what we then do is we just repeat this process until he sells what we wanted for 1 emerald apiece. Once we've got our villager down to the discounts that we need, we then push this button to send him on his way, and he'll go all the way up to a holding cell up the top, and the minecart will come back down, break on this cactus and end up back in this barrel here. I'll now take you up to the holding cell where the villager is waiting for us. So as you can see, the villager then ends up here, and your villagers, you can store as many villagers as you like up here. Don't want to go over 40 really though, because you've only got 40 cells. And then what we want to do is open up where our farmers will be. I'm just going to have to check here. Our farmers are down the end there, look. So we open this up here, and then if we open up this gate down here, and we come all the way down here, and we open up the gate down here. So it's a lot like the villager cells that we've been doing before. We put that in there, and our villager should pathfind to his new workstation. Here he comes. And then we shut the gate. And there we have our villager in his trading position. The other bit is the breeder. and that's this here. So what we've done here is it's the same as our breeders we've done before, but I've just made it the full size of a farm plot, and we have 4 villagers in. What I have found out is that you only need 1 farmer. I guess the more farmers you have, the faster their harvest. And we only need 1 trapdoor here. So whereas before in the other breeders that I've done, we've had all this as trapdoors, they only need to know that they've got access to these beds. So 1 trapdoor will suffice. And they think that they can walk through here, across here, and into these beds. So here we have the villager trading hall in all its glory. I've walked you through all the components of it. Let's go to the tutorial. So to start with, here are all the materials that you're going to need for this build. So we have all the trading stations along here. Then we have our block of our choice. So I've got smooth stone here, but you can use any block you like, and a mixture of blocks as well, as long as they're solid blocks. We have our half slab, glass, a light source of our choice, so that would be a block as well. So you can have a sea lantern or glow shroom, fence gate, trapdoor, carpet, signpost, 1 of each type of rail and a minecart, a crop. We're using carrots for the purpose of this tutorial, but you can also use potatoes or beetroot, water source, soul sand block, button, hopper, redstone block, lever, redstone torch. With these, it could be either one of these 3. For the purpose of the tutorial, I'll be using the redstone block, dispenser, chest, cacti, sand, and dirt. And not forgetting the thing that makes them breed, the beds. Now on with the tutorial. I've used these blocks so that we can easily mark out the dimensions for the build. What we want to do is dig a hole that is 9 wide by 16 long and 7 deep. And you should have something that looks like this. Next, you want to go 1 block beyond the back and dig another hole that's 9 wide, 5 long and 4 deep. Then you should have something that looks like this. We're going to class this as the front of our project, and this is the back. So what we want to do is go to the front of our project and into the hole. And we are going to count out 2 blocks from the side, and on the 3rd block we're going to build a column out of our buildable block down like this. Leave a gap, build another column, leave a gap and build another column. This is going to build our elevators to get in and out of our discount laboratory of doom. And next we want to build 2 blocks up at the fronts of these, grab our light sources and put these on top of these blocks, just like this. Next we want to grab our glass block, place them in between the 2 light sources there, and then going up 4 in all, an extra 3 on top of these. And then we'll place our floor block on top of here, because this is going to be our floor level. Come back down the bottom, we're going to put 2 fence gates in here and have those open, and 1 fence gate at the back on this side. On this side, the 2 fence gates, we want to place 1 soul sand down like that, and then we need to make this all water source blocks going up here. If you only have 1 bucket of water, you can place 1 at the top, have some kelp, plant the kelp in the bottom, and plant it all the way up to the top, and it will turn all this into water sources. And then we can bubble bait it to the top. Down on this side, we want to place our water source block on top of this fence gate. We now have our elevator to get in and out of the zombie discount laboratory of doom. Up and down. Now we have a way to get in and out of the laboratory. We want to go up to the top and put the rest of our 4 floor blocks in, coming out 5 blocks. Now these blocks can be anything that you like, but remember that this is going to be the floor of your trading hall. So come out like this, and just fill all those in there, and then we can come back down, and we'll have our floor in here. Next we want to grab a light source, place the light source in the bottom here, and that's leaving a gap of 4 blocks, and the 5th block will be your light source. And then we will go up with our glass, and then go all the way along the top of the ceiling. So it'll look like this. Next, you want to keep your glass, and we go up again, but only coming up So you're one block lower than the last column. And again, go all the way along. Next, we want to build 2 block gap there, and then build your glass up again and all the way along. We can then place our floor block again all the way across the top here. And now you should be able to place your water source on this side, which will flow to here and then stop here. So you don't need to put anything here to stop the flow of water. And you should look something like this. So once we've done this, what we want to do is count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then on the 6th one place our dispenser. We'll then place our water source down here, and we'll fill this with glass. Place a glass block here, and then 2 glass blocks there. What we want to do then is feed a hopper into the dispenser and a chest on top of that hopper. We can place a glass block or block of your choice on here, and we will need a button on top of there, and that will fire the dispenser. What we then want to do is build our tube that goes up and around for the adult villagers to be fed into our holding area. So next we want to come over here and go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the back here, go up to the same height, and on the front here we want to go up 2. We then want to go across 1, down 1 here, and then carry these on as the walls along here. This is where our village is going to end up being carried up through. We want to do another 2 there, 2 here, down 1, and a gap there. And these can come down to fill all that in. So now you should have something that looks something like this. Next we want to go in here, grab our fence gates, place one there and open it, place a water source on top, place another fence gate and open that one. We want to place a fence gate in here, open that, and then place a water source back on top of this fence gate here. Next we're going to be building our rails to carry our villagers out of their holding cell and onto our trading position. So we want to place powered rails here, a power source, so this could be a block with a lever on it or a block with a redstone torch underneath. Build a block of our choice, and we'll come around the corner here. We want to place a rail on top of here, come up to here, place a rail here, place a rail here, and then break this rail on here. We do not need that rail there, it's just there to create this rail as a diagonal. Your cart will come up through here, automatically bounce up to this one, and then come down and around. Place a rail there, normal rail, and then a powered rail here. Building block of our choice will be here, here, and here. And I'll place a powered rail there as well. So you could put a torch under here, or again place a lever on here and turn this on. And we'll have a powered rail here and a powered rail here. We then want to place a glass block here. The light source block that we have chosen goes on top of that, and then we build 3 blocks on top of that. And we should have something that looks like this. Next, you want to grab your building block of your choice, place 4 there and 1 here, and this could be again a power source. So I'll take the redstone block there, and again you could place a torch down like this, and then place your block on top, or place a redstone block like I have. And then we want to place another 4 blocks as a 2x4 there. We're going to be placing a button on here. Grab a button. Place a button on here. And then we'll place our rail. 1 rail there. A button here. A non-powered rail here. And then our powered rail will be coming up here, here. Non-powered, and our powered rails will come along here. To power this rail again, you can place a lever up here, or have a power source underneath this block here. I'll place a redstone block there, and that will power our rail here. We then want a button on this one here, a powered rail here, non-powered rails to here, a powered rail here, and 2 blocks up like this, and a button on here. So now we have this in place, we need to get our zombie in, but before we do that, we need to put a roof on all of this, which is the floor of our farm. So if we fill all this with dirt, it will give us our 9x9 farmland. So just go ahead and fill all of this square hole here with dirt. So then you should have something that looks like this. And what we need to do is find the middle of our farmland, which I do believe is there. 1, 2, 3. No, I got it wrong by 1. Put that there, and then place a water source on top of there, and that will stop the water going through the middle. So now we have the dirt in place. It will look a lot like this, and we can place our zombie. So somehow you're going to have to get the zombie in here. Once you've got him in though, we can put him in the cart, place him back over on the other side, and then you need to name tag him. Then he won't despawn when you leave the area. So now we need to build our track that's going to take our cured villager back up to the holding cell up the top, ready to be put into his trading cell. We want to put a powered rail there, non-powered rail here, with a glass block above it. Then we need to place our power block here and one here. Our normal building blocks will go here, here, and here. Our light source will then be placed here, like this, and our power block on top of that. We then can place our powered rail here and here, a normal rail here, powered rail, normal rail, powered rail, and powered rail. We have something that looks a lot like this. Then we want to go up one like there, and here, up like this. So we're going up another 2 diagonally, and then 2 across. Then these blocks here will need to be glass to stop the suffocation of the villagers, and we can punch that block out there, and that will take us through to our other chamber. What you then want to do is place powered rails up here, a normal rail there, here and here, and then powered rails across here. Now to power these rails, what we can do is grab a lever. We'll go to the right place. Place it up here, and there it will power our rail. And then we don't have to worry about putting blocks in here that will suffocate the villagers, because obviously they're going to be going through the glass blocks here. And don't worry, the villagers will go through there. So that now takes us all the way out into the next chamber. So now we want to go into the hole at the back of our trading hall, and we want to swap this out for a glass block, and then place 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come out 1 for now. One of these will have to be powered, but again you could use a lever if you wanted to, or use a redstone block, and our power blocks will be coming around through here. And then we want to be placing a powered block here, and then we're going up at a diagonal another 3 blocks, just like so, and we'll be going powered rail, powered rail, powered rail. So then you should have something that looks like this, and what they want to do is place the floor in of our trading hall around here, and this is just going to help us be able to place the other blocks. You want a 3 block gap here, and the rest of it along here will be filled in, and we'll be coming along 2, and then you want a 1 block gap down here, and then fill the rest in just like this, and you end up with a gap like this, so the rail could come up and then have a drop off. We're going to place 2 blocks up here, then we'll be placing our detector rail and our activator rail, which will make the villagers jump out, and then the minecart will then fall down here. We want to put a glass block along there, and it goes all the way along, and we can place 2 blocks up here like this. So you end up with something that looks like this. Then we want to get back into here, so you can just break your way in. We want to be placing a light source here and here, And this is just to stop the mob spawning within inside this chamber. We now want to place 2 blocks down here. We place 2 here, 2 here and 2 here. Place 1 block in a line all the way across there and we'll punch that out. And one of these will need to be a powered block. We can then place our rail, powered rail, going back into our laboratory of doom. Once back in our laboratory on the other side of the hole that we just punched, we want to build a diagonal staircase down 4 blocks, just like so, and then across 1. Our powered rail will be coming across here, just like so. Then we want to place 2 hoppers, 1 facing into the chest we placed earlier, and then 1 facing into that hopper there. We now want to place a block of our choice down here with a sand block on top, and then on top of this, a cacti. We can place glass blocks on top of this cacti to the ceiling or any block of your choice. This will stop the cacti from growing too tall. And there we have it. So only a couple more things to do. We need to place our rail on here. We can just use normal rails for that. Place our minecarts into our chest that we placed earlier. And that will fill our dispenser up. And there we should be done. So we'll just pretend that there's some villagers in here. We'll push our button. It will collect our villager, drop them off at our trading station setup. Once we've got our setup, we'll then move them across. We can move our zombie over to do his zombification. Once he's done that, we move him back so he's out of harm's way. Do our curing, and once our village is cured, we can send him up to the top. And our minecart should come back down, land in the cactus, and end up back in the chest. So this is the laboratory, all completed. Now on to the breeder. So the breeder is going to work pretty much how the easy villager breeder worked. So all we're going to need to do to start with is we're going to build a 3-high wall all the way around the outside of the farmland. We'll go around here, down to here, then across to here, and then around to here, and back to start again. So we build a 3-high wall, and you'll have something that looks like this. Now what we want to do is where the water stream is, we want to knock all these blocks out here so we have 1 block gap all the way along. Didn't mean to do that. Take our trapdoors and we're going to place those just on here to make the villagers think that they can walk across this gap. Next we want to hoe all the farmland in here so it looks like this. Then plant all our crops, and we have chosen carrots here this time round. We had potatoes last time. So just fill the farmland up, plant the crops to fill the whole of your farm, and you'll have something that looks like this. Next you want to shift click onto the crop just on the other side of the water to put your composter. We'll place our light source block on top of the composter, and on top of that we'll put a block. So this is all set up here with the light sources. What we also want to do though, just to make sure there's enough light in the farm, is place a light source block here, 1 in the middle, here, and 1 on the end. And then again, 1 on this side, 1 in the middle, and 1 on this end. So this should create enough light on top of your walls. If you're going to put ceilings on here, it's not too much of an issue, but it creates enough light around and on this side to stop mobs from spawning. The last thing you want to do is have zombies spawn in where your villagers are. Next, what you want to do is punch out the middle block here, and we will place a trapdoor on top of that from this side, so it closes that way. So there you have your trapdoor, and that is what is going to make your villagers think that they can come through into the bed section. So on with the bed section. What we want to do is build another 3-high wall and make that 5 blocks along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the wall, 3-high wall, will come all the way along here and all the way down here. And that will look like this. And in there, we want to grab our beds and place the beds with the pillows facing the front of your trading hall. Oh, fell in there. So there you have 9 beds all the way along there. I've put 9 beds in just because it fits in with the whole width of the farm and everything. But potentially you could have 8 villagers in here, and then there'd be 1 spare bed for the breeding. But I think that will just cause the farmers to have to try and feed too many people. So I think the 4 would be enough. Next, we want to move over to the back section of our trading hall and build the containment area for our villagers ready to go into the trading hall. So now for the holding area at the back of our trading hall. First of all, we want to do is break these 2 blocks out here, break this glass block, and we're going to be placing every block there, so you have a 2 block high there. We then want to come out 4 blocks, and we're going to go 3 high. Place 1 block here, and a light source on top of our double block wall there. Put a light source here, and again we want to come 4 blocks out and 3 high on this side. Just like so, and then build the wall across the top here, so it's 3 high. And then in these gaps here, we want to place a fence gate. I'll just grab one of those. Fence gate here, and a fence gate here. And then we want to build a 3 block high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in between these 2 stone blocks here, a 3 block high wall all the way along here. And you should have something that looks like this. So when your villagers come up through the minecart here, they pop out and then they'll just be held in this compound area here. And this is your breeding section. So this is the breeder bit done. The last thing we need to do is get our villagers in here. So you can get them in with minecarts or boats or however you need to get them in. And we want 4 villagers in here. So the 2 pairs will start breeding and you have 1 farmer. So here we have it. Your villagers should start breeding and sending the babies down into the laboratory. The next part of the tutorial will be building the trading hall. So now to build the trading hall section, we want to go to the back of our trading hall. And from this block here, we want to build a wall that is 3 high and 15 blocks long. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then build the wall 25 blocks down towards the front of your trading hall. And 3 high. Now you should have something that looks like this. We want to go to where we finished our last wall and build 13 blocks along to the middle of our trading hall again. And again, we want to make this wall 3 high. We then want to count back 2 blocks, and on the 3rd one, we want to come out 4, along 2, down 2, along 2, and down 2. And this will take us to the front of our trading hall where we're going to put our entrance. And again, we want to make this 3 high. So now you should have something that resembles this. I'm only going to walk you through the left-hand side of this trading hall, as the right-hand side is just a mirror image of the left. So next we want to go to the back of our farm and we're going to start putting in our cells. So you want to leave a 1 block gap from the back of the wall and this side, and we're going to place 4 blocks, leave a gap, and then place another 4 blocks. Then on here, we're going to build this side up 2 high, then 3, and we want to put our light source on this block here, and on the opposite side, we're going to repeat this pattern. Now in here, you could put a window if you wanted to. We're just going to fill up with a block, but again, you can use the blocks of your choice. So here, we can go up 3 blocks, and on this side, we'll go up another 3 blocks and then place 1 in the middle here. And we'll put a door in here. Now you can use a fence gate or an iron door only. If you were to use a wooden door, the villager could access that, open it and get out. The villagers cannot open the fence gates or the iron doors. If you're going to put an iron door in, you have to place a button up on this side here and a button on this side here. That's just so that you can get in and out. For the purpose of the tutorial, we're going to be using a fence gate. The next, you want to place in your cells. So we'll start with the right hand side first, and we'll start by marking them out 2 blocks out from the back, leaving a 1 block gap, all the way down till we get to the end here. And the last bit, we're going to place 4 blocks like this, and we want to go up 2 at the back and 3 at the front. So you end up with a pattern like this all the way along. And like I say, this is pretty much exactly the same way as we did it in the last tutorial. So you should have something that looks like this. And then all along the back, we're going to be placing our light sources. And again, this is just to stop mob spawning and ruining our trading hall. We place those along like this. And this last block can be a full block there. So now what we need to do is repeat that on the left hand side. Then you should have something that looks like this. One thing to note, on the left hand side, the cells go all the way up to the front wall. This will give you 20 cells in all, and that is for the 20 enchantments that I feel are what are going to give you the best books that you need to enchant all your tools and armor to get you ahead in the game. Next, we need to come down and place blocks in all of these gaps here, and this is to put the roof over the top of the villagers to stop them from jumping out of their cells. And again, we will repeat that on this side all the way down. So once we've done that, we can come in through one of our cells here and start placing all our trapdoors. So they go down on the front block of the cell, but you have to be facing out of your corridor here, so the trapdoors go up at the front. And we go all the way along and repeat the process on the other side. Once you've done that, you can then go back all the way along, putting your fence gates on the top block of the back of our cells. And we do that all the way down here and all the way down the other side. Now your cell should look something like this. Grab our blocks, come in through here, and we will seal this corridor up 3 blocks high. That will stop the villagers getting out. And the last thing we need to do is place a fence gate at the end of this corridor and a fence gate at the end of this corridor. And again, we can place our block up here and a block up here. And you should have something that looks like this. Now what you need to do is repeat the same pattern, but in the opposite direction on the other side. Now you should have something that looks like this. We can come down here to the front of our trading hall and place 3 blocks up, 1 block there, and 3 blocks down. And this will give us our doorway. In the entrance here, I've left enough space for us to be able to put chests or whatever we like. So you could put chests all the way through here to fill that up. And you could put anvils up here. Anything that you need that you feel will help with your trading requirements. Next thing we need to do is in these areas, punch out all these blocks around our cells and where our workstations are going to go. So you should have something that looks like this. And you'll repeat the pattern on this side as well, and again for the other side of the trading hall. What you then want to do is place a double layer of carpets all the way along. Now this is going to stop your villagers from thinking that they can pathfind through here and to another trading station, which means they'll be only focused on the trading station that's in front of them. So then you'll have something that looks like this. Next, what we want to do is punch out all the blocks from here all the way down to the end of the wall here, and we'll be placing our light source blocks in their place. And we can grab our carpet and place carpet all over the top of these to hide those. This will stop any hostile mobs spawning in the area. Of course, the carpet's going to stop that as well, so you could carpet the whole lot. But I think the light source helps as well, because obviously once you put a roof on this, it's going to be pretty dark. Now what we need to do is fill in our trading stations. So on the right hand side, we're going to repeat the process with the carpets and the light source blocks, and then I'll show you what trading stations I think would be the best to have on this side. So here we are with a completed right hand side, and we're joined by a cat. Hello. Yeah, so the workstations that I feel would be quite good would be 2 farmers at the front here, and this is so that you can get your golden carrots and you can then get a good supply of gems by harvesting potatoes and carrots and trading with them. 1 leather worker, a fisherman, a cartographer, a butcher, a cleric, a fletcher, an armourer, a weaponsmith, and a toolsmith. Now these will get you all your gear that you need, the diamond gear, and then you can go over to your librarians on the other side to enchant it. I've put down 5 masons, just had to count them then, 5 stonemasons, so that you can get all your kind of terracotta blocks and your quartz to build your modern style buildings that you want to, or anything, and it just gives you an extra block palette. And then you've also got 4 shepherds here, and that's to get your nice mixture of coloured wool. Now of course you can place your trading stations in any fashion you like here. You've got all your librarians on the other side. I just thought I'd put these in because it covers all the other workstations that there are, and it gets you a lot more blocks. And here we have our fully finished advanced trading hall. Now our villagers have been breeding while we've been putting in all the trading cells, so there should be some adults downstairs in the laboratory. So I'm going to come down here. One thing I forgot to mention during this phase is that you can put a chest in here, in this section here, and you can have all your splash potions of weakness and your golden apples. And also we forgot to put a block here. Now this is so that the minecart will hit the block and then drop down. So all we need to do is come around here. Here are our adults here. Click the button, he'll come through. Pick a trading stand, place that down, and then we can lock his trades in. Send him on to the zombie discount area. Bring our zombie over, and he will convert him into a villager zombie, or zombie villager. Send him back. Take our splash potion of weakness and our golden apple. Throw that on him, and then feed him. And all we have to do now is wait for him to convert back into a villager. So now he's been converted. We hit this, check his trades out. So he's down to 1, we've got some trades there, but you can convert him again if you need to. So like for the librarians, obviously some of their trades will be quite high. You just keep repeating the process, obviously until they're down to 1 emerald. We can push this button here. He'll fly up. Cart will come down. All we need to do now is come up to here, and obviously because we've got a cleric, we'll have to come onto this side. Come through the fence gate here. Shut that behind you. Our cleric is on this side over here. Our cleric is now in here, so we open that up, come down this side, open this gate, not the cleric, open this gate up, and now our cleric should pathfind to his trading station. And I'm getting in the way. So there he goes. And shut the gate behind him. Then we can come back through here, shut the gate, come out through here, and he's ready to trade with. So thank you for taking the time to watch my tutorial, and I hope you managed to get all the trades that you like. Please leave a comment down below to tell me how you get on. If you have any problems, you could always join my Discord. I will leave a link in the description below. I'd love to see how you decorate and design your advanced trading hall with the blocks that you've chosen and the styles that you've chosen to build them in. If you wanted to see my easy villager trading hall, why not click the card that's appearing in the top right hand corner of the screen now. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.